So exactly what I talked about earlier is starting to play out now. Bitcoin is continuing to move downward. If you go back and watch my previous video, you'll see that I clearly mentioned this move ahead of time. This is not a situation where Bitcoin should be pumping. Bitcoin is very likely coming down toward the 70,000 to 77,000 range. That's where we have major support and a lot of liquidity. And honestly, Bitcoin really only cares about one thing: liquidity. The big exchanges and the big players want the same thing. They want to wipe out leveraged positions, clean out retail portfolios, and take that money. And to do that, they push price lower. In my opinion, the bull run is already over, which is why I believe Bitcoin still needs to come down further. If you liked my previous video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And in this video, we're going to talk about what Bitcoin's next move could be. Now let's look at the one-day time frame. If you look at this chart, it's pretty clear to me that Bitcoin can come down to around 84,000. This is exactly where I've drawn my support line. Bitcoin is very likely to visit this level, and if you're looking to buy, this could be an area to consider. Next, let's move to the weekly time frame. Let me draw a line here so it's easier to understand. This line you're seeing is the trend line. Bitcoin has been taking support from this trend line and moving higher. But here's the important part. If Bitcoin breaks this trend line, then price can drop much lower. If you look back at the previous bull run, the same thing happened. Bitcoin broke the trend line and then dropped heavily, all the way down to around 16,000. So if Bitcoin breaks this trend line again, it could fall even lower than 70,000. That being said, 70,000 is still a very strong support zone, a level where you could potentially take a very solid trade and make a good profit. Another key thing to notice is that Bitcoin got rejected from around 98,000, which is a major resistance area. That's why the strongest support right now remains around 70,000. This current zone is extremely risky. There's a lot of confusion in the market. People don't know whether Bitcoin is going to go up or down. Some days it wipes out short positions. Other days, it liquidates long positions. So, honestly, for the next 1 or 2 days, it's probably better to avoid trading. Otherwise, you could end up hurting your own portfolio. Now let's talk about Ethereum. If you look at Ethereum's chart, it's clearly undervalued. This bull run hasn't been great for two coins, Ethereum and DOT. For both of them, this bull run was almost wasted. In my opinion, Ethereum's price during this bull run should have been much higher, somewhere around $8,000 to $10,000. Instead, it's still stuck in the $3,000 to $4,000 range. It feels like Ethereum is just stuck and not really moving the way it should. Even so, I still believe that if you're looking for a strong coin with long-term potential, Ethereum is one of the best options out there. Personally, I think Ethereum can get close to $10,000 within the next 4 years. So I see this as a good buying opportunity. And if you're looking to place a trade, I'm about to give you a specific level where you can plan an entry. Let me just take a moment to check the chart and confirm the exact level. Now let's talk about Ethereum. The level I've marked for Ethereum is around 2,600. This is a very strong support zone, and I strongly believe Ethereum will come down to this level. From here, Ethereum is likely to move upward. The move might not be very aggressive at first. It could bounce a bit, maybe come down slightly again. But overall, this area has very strong support, and Ethereum should move higher from here. If we look at the one-day chart, you can also see a very clean trend line forming. Let me draw it so it's clear. This is the trend line I'm talking about. Now, if the market reacts to this and Ethereum gets rejected from here, then Ethereum is almost certainly coming back down near the 2,600 level. So based on the one-day time frame, this is how things look right now. I'll also mark a buying zone for you. This is the area where you should be looking for buy trades. If you take buys from this zone, there's a very good chance of making solid profits. But keep one thing in mind. Rather than over-trading, it's better to be patient. If you buy too early while the market is still moving down, you could end up taking unnecessary losses. So avoid rushing your entries. Now let's move to the 4-hour chart. Here you can see some strong bearish candles forming, which shows clear selling pressure. And if this trend line breaks on the 4-hour time frame, then there's a higher chance that Ethereum moves even lower. That's why I expect Ethereum to come down a bit more before making its next proper move. And finally, if you found this video informative and helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. That way, whenever I upload a new video or share fresh updates on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other strong coin, you'll get the information early and stay ahead of the market.